African Christian authors assured of God's help. Adapted from Isaiah 41, verse 1 to 20 by Dr. Muthoni Omukhango. Hush now, Africa, and let the African Christian authors catch their breath. Let them gather for some well-deserved encouragement. Who raised up that famous Christian author from the West and gave him such global influence? Who filled his shelves with books and made him a world changer? It was I who handed him victory like dust to a soldier's sword, and his words pierced hearts like arrows from a warrior's bow. He found relevance where his feet had never even treaded. Who else could do such a thing? Calling these Christian authors from the start, it's me, the Lord, the first and still standing as the last. The African Christian authors saw all this and trembled, in a good way, of course. The furthest corners of the earth were stirred and drew near to lend a hand. They helped each other out with a hearty, "You've got this." The biography author gave a nod of encouragement to the children's category author, and the missions writer cheered on the leadership category author, saying, "Africa is ready for your words." And together they locked arms, publishing and selling more books than ever. You African Christian authors are my chosen ones, the descendants of Abraham, my dear friend. I've gathered you from the furthest reaches of Africa, handpicked you from among the best, and said you are my chosen ones, my servants. I won't leave you out in the cold. Fear not, for I am with you. Don't get frazzled because I am your God. I'll give you the strength, lend you a hand, and keep you ready with my righteous right hand. Look, all those challenges coming at you like angry bees, they'll be embarrassed, confused, and poof, gone. And those sluggish sales and low reader uptake that have been hounding you vanished into thin air. You look around for them but won't find a trace. The low impact that's been nagging you will be nothing more than a distant memory, as irrelevant as last year's trends. For I, the Lord your God, am holding your right hand, whispering to you, don't be afraid. I've got this. Fear not, you brilliant African Christian author. Fear not, men and women of Africa. I'll help you, says the Lord, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Watch this, I'm going to turn you into a mighty movement with sharp teeth. You'll take on the mountains of obstacles and grind them down to a dust. Those hills of challenges, you'll reduce them to chaff and blow them away like dandelion fluff in the wind. A whirlwind will scatter them, and you'll be left celebrating, rejoicing in the Lord, and giving all the glory to the Holy One of Israel. And when you, whether you're just starting out or feeling like an unknown author, in need of a breakthrough, search for readers and find none, when your hearts sink in discouragement, I, the Lord, will hear you. I, the God of Israel, will not leave you hanging. I'll open rivers where there's nothing but dust, and fountains in the dry valleys. I'll turn your wilderness into an oasis and your dry land into springs of refreshing water. I will plant a deep love for African Christian authorship right here in Africa and globally too. So brace yourselves. Platforms will pop up to amplify your voices, and initiatives will spring forth to ensure your books reach a massive audience. In the most unexpected corners, I'll place supporters and recognition from the big players in the book industry. You'll be promoted and distributed far and wide, and yes, it is all a part of my master plan, so that you, the African Christian authors, will look at it and all say, wow, we've seen it, we've felt it, and now we fully understand this is the work of the Lord. And yes, it's the Holy One of Israel who made it happen.